Hi, my name is Troy Colbert with the Jewish Child and Family Services. I've been a milieu coordinator and supervisor for the past 9 years. I'm an anthologist, and the opportunity came up for us to choose groups that we would go to, and I was fortunate enough to be the one chosen to be the guest for the Holocaust survivors group. I was excited because I had met this guy who was a survivor, and he told me how nice the group was. So I really wanted to be a part of the group. I was completely overwhelmed with my own emotions and was not really sure what to expect upon entering the group. They were all curious about me as I was curious about them, and each person in his or her own way took time to share different stories with me during the course of our meeting. There's a couple of stories that just resonate in me that I would never look at things the same. There was one lady who was a poet, and all of her poems were done in Yiddish, which I have no idea what she was saying. Everyone else did, but you can easily catch the rhyme and the rhythm, and you can hear where the words connected as far as the rhyme goes. But she talked about a lemon that she brought over from Switzerland when she came over on the boat. And she talked about that she didn't have much. She didn't have anything except for her suitcase and this lemon. And the lemon was used because they said that you get really seasick. And she kept the lemon for 54 years as a reminder of what she had lost, but also what she was prepared to gain. And I thought that, wow, of all the things that you would keep, it wasn't a picture, it wasn't a piece of clothing, but she kept a lemon. And I was just completely amazed and never ever would look at a lemon the same. Another person in the group talked about that when you get older, all your memories from your childhood are the only memories that you continue to remember. And she talked about how she remembered the smells from what she called the death camp, and she remembered the sirens, and she remembers the music every day. And I was thinking, oh my God, it must be horrible to have to relive these moments over and over and over again. But she remembered also that around the table were good friends. She remembered also that there were people who that she would never see again, but those memories of those people is what kept her going. There was only one guy in the group, and from what I understood from talking to people in the group is that he never really shared much. He never talked a lot. He just came to support his wife who wanted to be in the group. But because I was present in the group that day, he wanted to tell his story. He said that he ran when the soldiers came, and he ended up in Siberia in a different way than other people had gone to Siberia, and that to him that was vacation. He said nobody goes to Siberia for vacation because of how harsh it is, but to him there was one step closer to freedom, and that from Siberia he ended up in Sweden. But he said, I did not lose the same thing that they lost in the same way that they lost it. I didn't see the death camps. I didn't see this, but I lost just as much, and I have no family that I have from then. But what I do have, and he pointed to his wife, is that I do have a new family. And he and his wife met on that boat with the lemon that she had. And to me, not only did she bring the lemon, she brought a husband as well. I grew up hearing stories from my grandparents, from my uncles and aunts about civil rights. And to me, that was very tangible because it was my family. And I could put names to stories, and we could talk about different places. And to me, sitting in that group with those survivors, I looked at these people who I had seen many days before. They became more alive. The stories that I said that I had heard before now had meaning that was tangible for me. I know people now. I've been touched by people who had these experiences in the same way. I don't watch a lot of the civil rights film when they were hosing people down because my uncles and aunties talked about that and it was too tangible. This became so tangible to me that I can never look at those stories the same. I can never hear a Holocaust story, and then to have somebody say, and it's it was propaganda. It wasn't that bad. That's not what really happened. I'm like, no. I've sat with people who can relive the sounds. They can relive the smells. They can relive the attitudes. They talk about the planes flying over. Those things gave it so much life and so much more realism than what anything a television program could ever do. But what it did to me, it told me that the resiliency in children is amazing, and that although the kids that I work with now have been abused, they've been neglected, they've been abandoned, that the work that I do is that much more important because the kids that I work with now will one day become those adults. There is hope that these kids have the same type of resiliency that they have, and that they will be able to lead productive lives, that they'll be able to be contributors to their community. Most importantly, that they're going to be okay as well.